What's up, family, and welcome back to the channel. Hey, today we're gonna go out in the garage. We're gonna back the C5 out, and I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna pull my C8 seats out. So if you've ever wanted to do it, you wanna know about does it fit, where to get it, how much it costs, wiring harness issues, all of that, stay tuned. This is the episode for you. I've had them in my car now for about 3 months, and I'm gonna pull it out, and we're gonna go through it step by step. All right, so let's go ahead and head out to the garage. We got to get the car backed out, and then bing, we could go ahead and do this little shit. So, damn, I almost forgot I put these fenders on, to be honest. That's crazy. So, if you guys didn't see the last vlog, go ahead and check it out. I'm not sure in what order I'm going to release these, but fender video / vlog. I'm not doing installs because, well, I got no space in here to work, and that's just another layer of fuckery that I don't want to deal with. But if you want to see a little vlog of me cleaning out my garage and getting it ready to put the wide body fenders on so that I could airbag this, it'll be coming out. All right, so it's a decent day today. Like I said, we'll pull out the seats, do a little review on it. I'm gonna show you exactly how it works so I can show you the harness and everything, answer the questions. Then we're gonna turn around and we're gonna put them back in the car, and we're gonna head out to a car show. So let me get to it. Today we're gonna be talking about how to swap C8 seats into a C5. Everything you need to know about it starts right now. So first we need to talk about C8 seats and the options that are available. So there's 3 types of seats. The first one you have is a base GT seat. It would look exactly like this. The only difference, and the major difference, is that it will not have the cutout to allow you to run harnesses. You will have to use your traditional style seatbelt with those. That was not an option for me, as I knew I wanted to roll with a harness bar or a cage and harnesses. So then you have this seat. This is the GT2, and in my opinion, it's the best option to get. So the GT2 is their second level seat, and it comes with the carbon fiber cutout to allow you to run harnesses. Now, the third seat is the GT3, and that's their competition seat. It would look exactly like this. The only difference is that it has extremely high side bolsters on it. Okay, so if you're gonna only be tracking the car, maybe that's not an issue. It's gonna feel good, it's gonna keep you in tight. But if you want more of an everyday car driving experience, or you're already lowered, or like me going airbagged, getting in and out is already an issue. So I didn't wanna have the excessive side bolsters. The cool thing is that this GT2 seat has powered side bolsters. So you can still have it tighten in on you when you want it, and then open it up a little bit and not have that always there permanent fucking side bolster that you got to roll out of. Okay, so 3 seats: GT, GT2, GT3. Now my seat right here, this is natural dipped color in leather and Alcantara. So the center is all Alcantara. I went with that option because it's a little more grippy. And then the side high wear areas, the side bolsters and lower bolsters, they're in leather. Okay, mine are perforated. The seats are heated and cooled, and there's a bunch of different colorways that you can get this. Look up C8 seats, or go on the GM website and go to C8 Corvette and look at the different colorways. All right, so this is how they look. So how much did they cost, and where did you get them? These cost $3,600 brand new when I bought them, plus shipping. I got them off of eBay. I think the website was Stricker Auto, but if you just go on eBay and you type in C8 seats, you'll see them pop up. There's either going to be used ones or brand new one. You'll be able to tell the difference, and the description will usually tell you. So these were brand new. People always say, well, where do you get them? Where do you get them? eBay is the only place you can really find them. Because the 2022 Corvette is still so new, the allocation isn't really out there like that, so you can't just roll into GM and buy a set of these. What you would have to do, and what the eBay people do, is they buy these part by part. So they buy the headrest, the cover, the back cover, every component separate, and they build them together, and then they sell them as a seat. Okay, so that's how I got them. Next biggest question people always say is, yo, how the hell did you do that? Do they fit? What do you got to do to make it work? Do they bolt in? And the answer to that is yes, they do. They bolt right in. You do not need a different seat bracket. You just take this right off the pallet when you get it, and you put it in your car, as far as it being able to bolt in. But there are a few things that you do have to modify that I'm going to show you how to do in the next few steps. All right guys, so I got the seat back in. I just wanted to show you that stock brackets do fit. Okay, so now let's go ahead and talk about what needs to be modified to get these to fit. So when you get them, they're gonna have a side trim cover, just like this one, but it's gonna go all the way to here. Right here on your C5 Corvette is where your stock C5 belts are gonna be. Now, you know, if you swap in other seats, it's common for them to run the C6 harness or the C6 seat belts because it relocates it and gives you more room. These will work with your stock C5 seat belts, okay? The only thing you have to do is trim the cover right here so that when you slide your seat back, it doesn't bind up right there. It's simple. I cut mine very, very ghettoly. I got a razor blade X-Acto knife and a propane torch. I heated it up all the way, and then I just sliced right through it like butter, okay? So I need to actually trim mine a little bit more. You can see how it starts to rub in right there. So you really want to trim it to about here. So once you take that cover off, right here is going to be a second small seat belt receiver. Won't be needing that, so just go ahead and unbolt it from right there, okay? Other than that, these will completely bolt in. There's no other modifications that need to be done. The brackets fit, everything works. So the next question I get all the time is, what is this thing? This is the side airbag. So the C8 seats come with a side airbag that goes right there. When you get them, most likely, if you get them brand new, they will not come with the airbag in it, okay? So it's kind of unsightly, and you have a few options. One, you can dismantle the entire seat, which is what would be required. Separate the back cover from the front cover, and then when you do that, which is a major pain, you would be able to unbolt this and take it off. The problem is that you would still have a hole in the side of your seat. So there's two options. You can leave this on here and try to 3D print and make a cover that will go right here and block it off. You could take the whole seat apart and then try to make a 3D cover that would go here on the side to block it off. Or you could try to source an airbag, put it in there, don't wire it up, and then it would just have a nice cover on it, which would be the same as 3D printing one. Now the airbags are about $500 a pop, I think, so if you know how to 3D print or you have the capability of finding someone to be able to do that, I would definitely just go that route. So in your stock C5, you're gonna have two clips that come out of your floorboard. It's the same clips that are gonna plug into this. We just need a custom wiring harness built in between the two to relay the information. Now, if your C5 Corvette has powered seats, there's driver and passenger, telescopic steering wheel, yes, all of those functions can still work with this seat. It will be built into the wiring harness. So that's just something that you need to let the builder know. Hey, I have telescopic steering wheel, and they're gonna ask if you have power passenger seat or not. If you do not have a power passenger seat, it's not a big problem. What they could do is they can make a jumper cable that will pull power from the driver over to the passenger so that both would be powered, okay? So these seats from the factory have full power. You can go forward, backwards, tilt forward, tilt back, powered side bolsters that can squeeze in on you and tighten you in the seat, lumbar support, so the lower airbag lumbar support to push in and out, and they're heated and they're cooled, okay? So out of all those functions, we can get everything to work except for two right now. Well, maybe one, and that's the heated seats. The reason for that is that the heated seats are controlled by the BCM, the body control module. So there hasn't been enough experimenting or maybe trying with the C6 heater functions or what to get these to work, but that's not really an issue. As far as the cooled seats go, can they work? Yes, they can. It can be done. You would simply, on that side cover over here that we just trimmed, you would drill a small hole and you would put a little momentary switch right there. So when you push it on, it turns the fans on in the seat for a cooling function. The only downside is that if you forget to turn that switch off, because it's 12 volt constant power, it would just constantly run. So can the cooling function work? Absolutely, yes it can. So the guy who's building me my harness, he didn't have the specific connector to make the cooling function work how we want yet. So what he did is he made me my harness with the pigtail on it. So once he gets it in, it's just plug and play. I'll plug it in, mount the switch, and the cooling function would work. Now, some questions that people have asked me online, which honestly I didn't really know the answer to because I didn't care, was, does your memory seat still work? I don't know. I'm the only person that drives my car. I don't let anyone else drive my car, so that's not an issue for me. Second thing is, does your memory side mirrors work? Again, I don't know. I don't ever change mine. I'm not sure. I probably should have checked it out before I made this video, but I don't know. Ask your wiring builder. Whoever you have build your wiring harness, they'll know the answer to that. The guy who built mine, I did ask him it, but I honestly don't remember what he said. I do think he said it was possible. He just had to make the wiring harness different. Something about taking the guts from the stock seat wiring harness and reworking that versus just providing you an actual wiring harness. Again, to me, I don't care about that, but I do think those options are possible. All right, guys. Now, underside and wiring. Let's go ahead and talk about it. So, when you order your harness, this is what you're gonna get. It's just gonna plug right into the stock seat. Blue is gonna go to blue on your floorboard. Black goes to black on your floorboard. It has an inline fuse on it, right here. And then this is the jumper that will allow the cooling function in the future. That's it. Simple power harness, okay? If you don't have power passenger seat, there'll be another jumper here that runs power over to that side, okay? Now, where did I get the harness? This harness I got from Vetworks. It's vetworksonline.com. The owner's name is Dan. He's an amazing dude. Call him, tell him all of your seat functions that you want to work. Tell him if you got telescopic steering wheel, power passenger seat, etc., and he will build you this harness. As far as putting it into the car, plug these two in, bolt it back in, and you guys are good to go. Power seats do work. Reclining function works. Okay. So he built me a harness bar that bolts to the two stock seatbelt locations where the seatbelt comes down, and it'll give you the ability to run a harness right here, and that's called a shark bar. If you want to run harnesses, that's an option. I opted for 4-point harnesses that are made street legal, so I'm excited to get those. They'll be black with yellow lettering on it, kind of just contrast in the car. I was gonna do black with red, but I don't know. I think I'm kind of digging the black with yellow. So yeah, how do they feel? They feel amazing. They're super comfortable. They grip you in all the right places. Like I said, well, when I disconnected it, the power's all the way forward right now. But they are super comfortable. The leather is nice on the side. The Alcantara is nice in the middle. It's grippy. They're super comfortable. Head height room, there's more than enough to be able to recline all the way back. There's more than enough. I'm 6 foot. 5'11", 6 foot, depending, and I fit just fine. So I would highly recommend them, not because I bought them and I own them, but just because they are a great seat option. They are a little spendy, but I mean, look at them. I think they're the hottest seat out. I don't know of anything better. The second best thing would probably be the C7 competition seats, which originally I was gonna get in red, and then I was like, holy shit, C8 seat, yeah, I need that. Now, let's talk about downsides, because there are one that I've identified so far, and only one. And I went with the Alcantara in the center. And the only problem with that is that they have these perforated holes in it, okay? The thing is that the perforated holes, if you look at it, they go from big to small for the cooling. And at certain angles, it can make the seat look dirty. And it's not. See how you kind of get like that black ridge? It's just the way that the holes present themselves, okay? So that would be my biggest downside to these entire seats, is just that right there. See how at different angles they kind of look like maybe they're dirty, but they're not, okay? I had a hater online try to tell me that these were some used out of a wrecked car or some shit, and that's just not accurate. But yeah, overall, seats are amazing. If you want them, here's everything you need to know to be able to do it. All right, guys, that's it. If you guys found this video useful, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought of it. Do you like the seats? Do you not like the seats? Would you have got a different color? Tell me something. I'm always doing something to it. I just put on the carbon fiber wide body front fenders. I have an AirTech airbag suspension going on with a 3P airlift management system that's about to go in. Heads, cam intake, trans swap. All kinds of things will be going on to this car over a period of time. I'm going to do a full roll cage. So yeah, peace. Have a good one.